I'll bring him up. Yes, Whitehall 7244, please. Yes, thank you very much.
Women are irrational, that's all there is to that. Their heads are filled with cotton, hay, and rags. They're nothing but exasperating, irritating, vacillating, calculating, agitating, maddening, and infuriating hags.
Yes, Brewster Budgeon, please. Yes, I'll wait. Yes, thank you.
Pickering, why can't a woman be more like a man? Yes. Why can't a woman be more like a man? Men are so honest, so thoroughly square, eternally noble, historically fair, who when you win will always give your back a pat. Why can't a woman be like that? Why does everyone do what the others do? Can't a woman learn to use her head? Why do they do everything their mothers do? Why don't they grow up like their fathers instead? Why can't a woman behave like a man? Men are so friendly, good-natured and kind. A better companion you never would find. If I were hours late for dinner, would you better?
Of course not.
If I forgot your silly birthday, would you fuss?
Nonsense.
Would you complain if I took out another fellow?
Never.
Why can't a woman be like us?
Yes, is Brewster Budgeon there, please? Boozy! Oh, you'll never guess who this is. By George, you're right. Oh, what a memory. Oh, Boozy, it's so good to hear your voice again. 30 years. Really? Has it been that long? Oh, yes, there's a lot of water under the thing. Yes. Boozy, I'll tell you why I called. Something rather unpleasant has happened on this end. Might I come and see you about it? Oh, jolly good, Boozy, jolly good. I'll be right there. Thank you, Boozy. Yes. Mrs. Pierce, I'm going over to the Home Office.
Oh, I do hope you find her, Colonel Pickering. Mr. Higgins will miss her.
Mr. Higgins will miss her? Blast Mr. Higgins, I'll miss her.
Pickering! Pickering! Where's the Colonel?
He's gone over to the Home Office, sir.
Well, there. You see, Mrs. Pierce? I am disturbed, and he runs to help. Now, there's a good fellow for you. Miss Pierce, you're a woman. Why can't a woman be more like a man? Men are so decent, such regular chaps, ready to help you through any mishaps, ready to buck you up whenever you are glum. Why can't a woman be a chum? Why is thinking something women never do? Why is logic never even tried? Straightening up their hair's all they ever do. Why don't they straighten up the mess that's inside? Why can't a woman be more like a man? If I were a woman who'd been to a ball, been hailed as a princess, by one and by all, would I start weeping like a bathtub overflowing? And carry on as if my home were in a tree? Would I run off and never tell me where I'm going? Why can't a woman be like me?
That after you did this wonderful thing for them without making a single mistake, they just sat there, never said a word, never petted you or admired you or told you how splendid you'd been. Not a word. That's simply appalling. I should not have thrown the slippers at him. I should have thrown the fire irons.
Mother! Mother!
I knew it wouldn't be long. Stay where you are, my dear.
Mother, where the devil are you?
Remember, last night, you not only danced with the prince, You behaved like a princess.
Mother, the damnedest thing has happened. You?
How do you do, Professor Higgins? Are you quite well?
Am I
Oh, but of course you are. You are never ill. Would you care for some tea?
Don't you dare try that game on me. I taught it to you. Now get up and come home and don't be a fool. You have caused me enough trouble for one morning.
Very nicely put indeed, Henry. No woman could resist such an invitation.
Well, how did this baggage get here in the first place?
Eliza came to see me and I was delighted to have her. And if you don't promise to behave yourself, I shall have to ask you to leave.
You mean I'm to put on my Sunday manners for this thing I created out of the squashed cabbage leaves of Covent Garden?
That is precisely what I mean.
I'll see her damned first.
How did you ever learn manners with my son around?
It was very difficult. I should never have known how ladies and gentlemen behave if it weren't for Colonel Pickering. He always showed me that he felt and thought of me as if I was something better than a common flower girl. You see, Mrs. Higgins, aside from the things one can pick up, the difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she is treated. I shall always be a flower girl to Professor Higgins, because he always treats me as a flower girl and always will. But I know I shall always be a lady to Colonel Pickering, because he always treats me as a lady and always will.
Oh, Henry, please don't grind your teeth.
The vicar is here, ma'am. Shall I show him into the garden?
The vicar and the professor. Heavens, no, I'll see them in the library. Eliza, should my son begin to break things, you have my full permission to have him evicted. And Henry, if I were you, I should stick to 2 subjects: the weather and your health.
Well, Eliza, you've had a bit of your own back, as you call it. Have you had enough? And are you going to be reasonable? Or do you want more?
You want me back only to pick up your slippers and put up with your tempers and fetch and carry for you.
I haven't said I wanted you back at all.
Oh, then what are we talking about?
About you, not about me. If you come back, I shall treat you just as I've always treated you. I can't change my nature, and I don't intend to change my manners. My manners are exactly the same as Colonel Pickering's.
That's not true. He treats a flower girl as if she were a duchess.
Yes, and I treat a duchess as if she were a flower girl.
Oh, I see. The same to everybody.
Just so. You see, Eliza, the great secret is not having bad manners or good manners or any other particular sort of manners, but having the same manner for all human souls. The question is not whether I treat you rudely, but whether you have ever heard me treat anyone else better.
I don't care how you treat me. I don't mind your swearing at me. I shouldn't mind a black eye. I've had one before this, but I won't be passed over.
Yes, well then get out of my way, for I won't stop for you. You talk about me as if I was a motor bus.
And so you are a motor bus, all bounce and go and no consideration for anyone. But don't think I can't get along without you, because I can.
I know you can. I told you you could. You never wondered, I suppose, whether I could get along without you.
Don't try to get around me. You'll have to.
And so I can, without you or any soul on earth. But I shall miss you, Eliza. I've learned something from your idiotic notions. I confess that humbly and gratefully.
Well, you have my voice on your gramophone. Whenever you feel lonely without me, you can turn it on. It's got no feeling to hurt.
I can't turn your soul on.
Oh, you are a devil. You can twist the heart in a girl as easily as some can twist her arms to hurt her. What am I to come back for?
For the fun of it, that's why I took you on.
And you may throw me out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
Yes, and you may walk out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
And live with my father.
Yes, or sell flowers, or would you rather marry Colonel Pickering?
I wouldn't marry you if you asked me, and you're nearer my age than what he is.
Than he is.
I'll talk as I like. You're not my teacher now. That's not what I want from you, and don't you think it. I've always had chaps enough wanting me that way. Freddie Hill writes me twice and 3 times a day, sheets and sheets.
Yes, so in short, you want me to be as infatuated about you as he is. Is that it?
No, I don't. That's not the sort of feeling I want from you. I want a little kindness. I know I'm only a common, ignorant girl, and you a book-learned gentleman. But I'm not dirt under your feet. What I did, was not for the dresses and the taxis. I did it because we were pleasant together, and I came to care for you. Not to want you to make love to me, and not forgetting the difference between us, but more friendly-like.
Well, yes, of course. That's just how I feel. And how Pickering feels. And Eliza, you're a fool.
That's not a proper answer to give me.
Well, it's all you'll get until you stop being a plain idiot. If you're going to be a lady, you'll have to stop feeling neglected. If the men you know don't spend half the time sniveling over you and the other half giving you black eyes. You find me cold and feeling selfish, don't you? Very well, then be off with you to the sort of people you like. Marry some sentimental hog or other with lots of money and a thick pair of lips to kiss you with and a thick pair of boots to kick you with. If you can't appreciate what you've got, you better get what you can appreciate.
I can't talk to you. You turn everything against me. I'm always in the wrong. But don't you be too sure you have me under your feet to be trampled on and talked down. I'll marry Freddie, I will, as soon as I'm able to support him.
Freddie? That poor devil who couldn't get a job as an errand boy, even if he had the guts to try for it? Woman, do you not understand? I have made you a consort for a king.
Freddie loves me. That makes him king enough for me. I don't want him to work. He wasn't brought up to it as I was. I'll go and be a teacher.
What you teach in heaven's name?
What you taught me. I'll teach phonetics.
Ha, ha, ha.
I'll offer myself as an assistant to that brilliant Hungarian.
What? That impostor, that humbug, that toadying ignoramus, teach him my methods, my discoveries. You take one step in that direction, I will wring your neck.
Ring away! What do I care? I knew you'd strike me one day. Now that's done, you Henry Higgins, it has. Now I don't care for all that, for your bullying and your big talk. What a fool I was. What a dominated fool. To think you were the earth and sky. What a fool I was. What an addle-pated fool. What a mutton-headed dolt was I. No, my reverberating friend, you are not the beginning and the end.
You impudent hussy! There isn't an idea in your head or a word in your mouth that I haven't put there.
There'll be spring every year without you. England still will be here without you. There'll be fruit on the tree and a shore by the sea. There'll be crumpets and tea without you. Art and music will thrive without you. Somehow Keats will survive without you. And there still will be rain on that plain down in Spain. Even that will remain without you. I can do without you. You, dear friend, who talk so well. You can go to Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire. They can still rule the land without you. Windsor Castle will stand without you. And without much ado, we can all muddle through without you.
You impudent hussy!
Without your pulling it, the tide comes in. Without your twirling it, the earth can spin. Without your pushing them, the clouds roll by. If they can do without you, ducky, so can I.
did it! I did it! I did it! I said I'd make a woman, and indeed I did! I knew that I could do it! I knew it! I knew it! I said I'd make a woman, and succeed I did! Eliza, you're magnificent! 5 minutes ago, you were a millstone around my neck. Now you are a tower of strength, a consort battleship. I like you like this.
Goodbye, Professor Higgins. You shall not be seeing me again.
Mother! Mother!
What is it, Henry? What's happened?
She's gone.
Oh, of course, dear. What did you expect?
What am I to do?
Do without, I suppose.
And so I shall. If the Higgins oxygen burns up her little lungs, let her seek some stuffiness that suits her. She is an owl, sickened by a few days of my sunshine. Very well as I go. I can do without her. I can do without anyone. I have my own soul.